All of a sudden, you find yourself retiring years or months before you thought you were going to retire. What are you going to do now? Hi, Floyd Shalansky with Plan Your Federal Retirement. Many of the people that we're talking to at Plan Your Federal Retirement have been caught up in this chaos that is going on, being laid off, maybe being laid off, not sure what's going on. So I just kind of want to walk through a couple of things. And the first thing is, were you planning to retire anyway? The answer is yes. And the real question becomes, when are we going to retire? So many of the people that we work with are within 3 or 4 years of when they were going to meet their MRA and the time, and they had it planned. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves accelerated in that. So in this accelerating process, one of the difficult things, the emotional question is between the folks that we're visiting with, is I wasn't ready. I don't want to go out like this. Never thought this would happen. Okay, that's an emotional response. Our job as financial advisors is to look back and say, had you planned to do this? If you'd have planned to do it and have accelerated by 2 years, okay. And then that's a big thing emotionally. Now, easy for an advisor, easy for a third party to say, relax, calm down, because it's not affecting us. But it is affecting us, and it's affecting so many people. So the first thing I tell the people that call and says, Floyd, I have an opportunity at VERA. Do I take it? And my first response is, had we planned to take it? And if you plan to take it, of course, let's do that. Then let's walk through that. Floyd, I think I'm going to get laid off. Have you been laid off yet? No. Let's don't worry about it, because if you worry today, if you're going to be laid off, you worry twice. You worry, am I going to get there? And then if you do get a notice, oh my God, now I got it. So you worry twice. Do your job, put your head down. That's easy for me to say. All right. The second thing I want to talk about is getting rid of the frustrations, the emotional side. And so much of this is both financial and emotional. Don't want to get caught up in the chaos. We work with people that are conservative as well as liberals, and we really try to keep the politics off the table as we talk to our clients. So the emotional side is yours. The financial side happens to be the advisor. And as the clients that I work with over the years, I tell them, if I didn't think you were ready, or if I didn't think this was right for you, I would tell you not to do it. But if we've worked and worked and worked and worked, and we've done our planning, and we've put the money in the TSP plan, and we've accumulated assets outside the TSP plan, and we've worked our budgets down, and all of a sudden here's an opportunity to accelerate retirement by 2, maybe even 5 years, why wouldn't you want to do that? So we're seeing a lot of changes going on right now. Now, in part of these changes is determining where you're going to live and what you're going to do. So I'm not going to talk about geographic locations right now. What I am going to talk about is that social connection. So many times the people that we work with have worked in the same job, in the same shop, in the same agency for 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. So their social world revolves around those people that they have day-to-day interactions with. So what happens when you relocate to another part of the country, or you become an expatriate? How are you going to find that social commitment? Study after study after study talks about people that have close social connections, eat healthy, and have activities seem to live a longer and better life. Now, I'm not trying to say to change your eating habits. Maybe we should. I'm guilty of that. But I am saying work on the social connections. I used to tell people that as we're getting ready to retire and they worried about the move and their social connections, to sit down and write your own obituary. It's an interesting play if you haven't done that. Today, I'm talking to people and saying, look, think about this. You just got light beamed off the planet. The good Lord took you home. Who's going to sit in the front row at your funeral? Those are the people, that's that social connections that you should have. Now, outside the social connections, how are you going to get involved? A lot of my clients are very active in their churches here. And their churches where I live at up in Alaska are kind of close knit, hard to let other people in. A little more accepting in Alaska because we have a rotating economy and population. But if you relocate back home, if you relocate back to someplace where you don't have those connections, will you fit in? What are the hobbies? How are you going to fill your days up? So very, very important. And if you've heard me speak before, I've been to one of the seminars, I talk about, are your spouses ready? Are your spouses ready to be together with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? That's an awful calming thought, isn't it? Because we had our own lives. You got up, you went to work, maybe perhaps one spouse stayed home, or you both worked, and then you had kids and you had to get them to soccer and baseball and dancing and piano. And it was always hustle, hustle, hustle. All of a sudden, you throw the drag chute out, the kids have moved away. Now you're an empty nester, and now you have all the time in the world. Very, very, very important to think about what you're going to do and how you're going to do that. Mental health, learning how to deal with the emotional side, not beating yourself up, but looking at how can I get through this without taking dramatic changes, whether it's exercise, and a lot of people do exercise. I happen to like the thing of meditation. I think meditation is a better way to do it. Some people resort to drugs, Xanax, one of the biggest selling pharmaceuticals out there. But just sitting down first thing in the morning and creating a winning morning ritual. Okay. Very important. You're going to get up. Perhaps you're going to exercise. Perhaps you're not. Perhaps you're going to read the papers. Stay out of the headline news. I mean, read comics, will you? And then sort out your day. But if you start the day with the first 90 seconds, the first 3 minutes, the first 5 minutes, and just simply meditate, clear the mind, don't worry about the emotional side, and let's move forward. Life has a lot of opportunities ahead of us, even though the chaos right now may not seem like that way. So lift your chin up. If you've planned financially to get ready for what's coming down the pike, dynamite, let's go for it. If you're unsure, log on, planyourfederalretirement.com. Ask to speak to one of the advisors. We'll give you some time to see if we can help you sort those things out. If you need help, by all means, don't hesitate to ask for it. I'm Floyd. Happy planning.